On the outskirts of the market town of Mullingar, just an hour from Dublin, I had a talk with Robert Fagan, the manager of the Mullingar Equestrian Centre, about the upcoming Country Fair and International Horse Festival.
2011 is going to be probably one of our best shows. We are twinning with Bolesworth Castle in England there, and this is a new initiative there that we've got together, and basically Bolesworth would be one of the biggest shows in England, and they have very similar views to ourselves there, and they're all about creating new angles to the sport and trying to get new people into the sport that mightn't normally watch show jumping. Also, they have fantastic prize money, and their Grand Prix and class are very similar to our own. So we feel that they'll complement one another, and Nina Barber, who's the director of Bolesworth Castle, is going to help promote our show among the English and overseas riders, and we're going to do likewise with the Irish riders.
Robert, this is your fourth year in the international show, and you've had some fairly high-powered winners so far of your international Grand Prix.
Yeah, as I say, I think it's starting to establish itself on the international calendar. Last year, Vicky Tulloch won the Grand Prix, and the year before, Scott Brash. And as you know, Scott went on to represent Britain in the World Equestrian Games in 2010. So all in all, the standard is fairly good. And I suppose one of the kind of bonuses this year is myself and Nina came up with the idea of a bonus that if the same rider horse combination wins our Grand Prix and then they go on to win in Bolesworth, there's a 10,000 sterling bonus for that rider. And also we've come up with the leading rider prize of a holiday for two to Barbados, all expenses paid, their flights and accommodation and everything. So I nearly maybe dig the jobbers out myself again for that one.
And you've been with a real good chance as well, Robert. Robert, it's not just show jumping for this weekend either, is it?
No, I suppose that's why we're rebranding this year, and it's going to be known as the Mullingar Country Fair and International Horse Festival. And we're trying to make this a fun-packed activity, entertaining sort of weekend that it's not just show jumping, but there's loads of different things happening. So when you come in here, there's going to be dog agility and archery and bouncy castles and vintage cars and home cooking and chef displays and punch and judy, and it'll be just too endless to mention, so you're just going to have to come along and see for yourselves. Also, just Wilson, on that there, we're going down the road of having loads of different demonstrations. So Caroline Jennings, who was responsible for bringing Monty Roberts to the RDS in Dublin last year, she's going to be doing a demonstration on the Sunday and Monday, and she's bringing some of her overseas the partners in with her on that. We have Pony Club, and we have dressage to music, western riding, and these are all free demonstrations, you know. So maybe there's people out there that might have an interest in doing some of these sports there, and then come and ask questions on the day and, you know, see firsthand for themselves.
Robert, everybody in Ireland here, and in particular, knows how good the equestrian facilities are here in Mullingar, but it's a continuous development for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it wasn't a case of waving a magic wand there kind of all those years ago. We're 20 years, as I say, nearly in existence at this stage, and every year we try and improve the facilities. So, I mean, we took the decision about 5 or 6 years ago to make a big investment, and we put in all-weather arenas, and ever since then it's like a big hole I've been digging ever since, and I can't get out of it. So like this year we've included 100 new stables, we have new seating, and I suppose that's going to free up our indoor arena so that the international horses are going to be stable separate, and our indoor arena will be available for our demonstrations, and it'll be available there for nighttime activities, which should kind of hopefully be interesting enough as well.
Your main arena, your international arena, you have been putting sand in that. Can you maybe talk a bit about that?
Yeah, I suppose it's the advice that we get there from different people, and Tom Holland especially, is that, you know, you've got to keep, you know, working on these arenas there. So it's 12 months a year job. So just there 2 or 3 weeks ago there we put a big layer of sand in it, and we're going to keep doing that every 3 to 4 weeks there going forward there, and you can see the difference already, you know. That'll help aerate the ground, and just ongoing there, from mowing the grass to kind of picking the leaves and different things there on the grass arenas. And then, as you know, Wilson, we've got 3 all-weather sand arenas, so I suppose they're a bit easier to maintain, and our main arena here is 100 metres by 50 metres, so that's kind of fairly multi-purpose, and we get to do a lot in that. And our other 2 arenas are roughly 70 metres by 50 metres. So, you know, regardless of the weather, we're able to keep the show on the road.
Visiting international rider Alex Barr had this to say about last year's show.
Yeah, I've come to Mullingar first time here. It's a lovely show. People have been very welcoming. I'm definitely looking forward to coming back.
Cian O'Connor is another who rates the show very, very highly.
The Mullingar International Show is a very important show in the show jumping calendar here in Ireland. It's one of only 4 international shows that we have in Ireland, and it deserves to be well supported. The Fagan family do a wonderful job to try and encourage everyone to come along. There's so much to do. There's a food fair, there's a pony club, there's puissance, and obviously international show jumping as well. So there really is something for everybody, and I couldn't recommend enough that people come down and watch.
Robert then went on to talk about the supporters group.
Well, I suppose, Wilson, as you know, to run these shows it takes a lot of work, but it also depends on prize money, and our total prize fund is €65,000, and we're very fortunate there that we have loyal supporters down through the years that have helped us out to maintain that, and I suppose the times are a little bit more difficult now. And last year a group of people and friends got together, and we're very grateful for that, but they got together and formed a supporters, Mullingar International Supporters Club, and last year we ran a dog night on the 8th of May in the Mullingar Greyhound Stadium, and it's the first time it was ever done, but we had pony racing inside in the track, and as you know yourself, it was an absolutely brilliant social night, and as a result of that we're going to go ahead and run it again this year on the 8th of May. We're going to have a greyhound night, and we're going to go ahead with the pony racing again this year, and it's very competitive, so that the kids are in training as we speak, and I suppose we're very fortunate to have all our supporters and that and friends and that get together and make this effort there to raise this money, because the money that's raised goes towards the Grand Prix, which is a 20,000 prize fund.
Outside of the Grand Prix, Robert, there have been some other fantastic highlights here over the years. You have a pairs relay and a puissance.
Yeah, well, and I suppose the most important thing is that we're looking for excitement and unpredictability and edge of seat sort of stuff. So there's a number of competitions there that are really fantastic entertainment, and one of them is the pony pairs relay, and that's where 10 to 12 kids over the course of the winter qualify on their Friday nights or on different events there to compete at the show with a senior international rider. And we're very appreciative of the fact that the international riders give of their time to go in this class, but also they hook up with the rider that they're team with maybe a week or 2 weeks before the event, and they do a bit of coaching for them. And then during the show, when the kid is competing in another ring, you look down, you'll see this horse in the ring, and you're saying, what's that horse? Shouldn't be in there, but it's probably Cian O'Connor or one of the army boys or something. They're encouraging the child that he's paired with in some other class, getting them ready for the big event. So the Pro-Am is a pairs relay, and it takes place directly after the Grand Prix. And each year it raises €6,000–7,000 for Northwest Mead Hospice, which is a great cause. But as I say, it's edge of seat stuff. But outside of that, we have the puissance, and the puissance takes place on Sunday. And as you all know, the puissance is the big red wall, and the riders that win that or first and second in that class qualify and compete at the RDS in Dublin in the puissance also after that. But it's really entertaining, because I'd say once you clear that wall, then it keeps going up and up, and it gets to the stage there that it's higher than your sitting room door at home. Do you know what I mean? You can't see the horse coming from the far side of it, and you're wondering will you or won't he clear it, and I'd say it's very unpredictable, and it's usually a great class and a great sort of evening class to finish the day off with.
Robert, I expect more of the same again this year, and I think everybody knows it's a weekend not to be missed.
Yeah, a weekend not to be missed, and as I say, these things only happen, and they're only as good as the team that's behind them, and we're very fortunate to have a great team behind us here in Mullingar, and not only do we work hard, but we play hard as well. So there's going to be loads of entertainment outside of the show jumping, and one of the highlights there is Sunday evening we're having a Western night, and that Western night kind of really you're going to have to be there to kind of see the crack, because there's no stories out of school. But
when it comes to presenting truly world-class sport from world-class competitors in an entertaining form, this show ticks all the boxes.